So, whenever you're looking to start your officiating history, I suggest just putting in the WIFTA game history, and it should be this very first link underneath that says officiating resources, standards, and procedures. This is actually a good place to find a lot of different information, but what we're looking for is going to be right down here under officiating history. If you're just starting out, you're going to click into this link and it's going to bring up the registration. If you need to do any of these links to read information, do it then. And then you will just fill out this form for them. And they get it back to you pretty quickly, usually within about half an hour. This will be the first page, the summary breakdown of everything. So pretty much it's the collection of all your information in one spot that's most relevant right away. So on your stats page, it is essentially just the breakdown of everything for the past 3 years. So all my NSO positions, my WIFTA, my MRDA, JARDA, every place I've been, and how many times I've done that position. And then there is game history. Your game history is just that, is your history of what you've done. So it is every single game I have done in my full history. So whenever you're doing it, you fill it out with the date. Event names are for like tournaments and playoffs. So whenever I did the JARDA playoffs, I put down that they were the playoffs. Whenever I did the North Carolina State game tournament, I put down the tournament. If they're just regular games, like regulation, you don't put an event name. Location is essentially the address of where you had your event. Event host is your hosting team. Your home or high team is usually your host team, but if they're doing mixers, like I have several mixers here that I've done the last 2 months, where we're technically in the off season, so you put pretty much who is the high seat and who's the low seat, so your home team and your visitor team. After that, you have the association, so if it's WIFTA, MRDA, JRDA, the game type, there's playoffs, regulation, scrimmage, and other. And then also sanctioned. Then positions are your primary position and then your secondary position. So if you head ref or head NSO, it goes in your position, and then whatever spot you filled in goes in your secondary position. So right here, I head refed, and then I was IPR. This game, I was just the IPR, and it has Snarly Quinn as the head ref over here. I don't usually list my software, but that's because I don't really do scoreboard that involves software. But that would be something you can get from your NSO if you want it. Every game, you should be listing your head referee. So you can see if you head ref, you put your own name. If someone else head refs, you put their name. And then you also do the same thing with your head NSO. So your head NSO would be here. And so I have quite a few of them listed also. The last section is for notes. So this is like special notes. Like I put here that they were 30-minute games instead of full games. If you do a tournament, this is where you put your tournament head officials at, because they are separate from your game head officials. I have one here that I have IPR and PLT in the same game. And I put in the notes that I was injured in the first half of the game, so I did PLT in the second half of the game. And then the last thing is your profile. Your profile is where you put your picture link, your preferred name, pronouns, derby name, your league affiliation. It even has a spot for league roles and any clinics that you've done to like show that you've been learning. This is also where you list your certification for skating and non-skating. And then I also keep my insurance number here, so it's just very easy to find. You don't have to do that, it's just a suggestion. The only other thing I really have to add is with your history, they like your newest games at the top and then your oldest games further down. So every time you add a game, you just add a row below and then you add it there.